phone, but watch your back, but right behind you. You can run, but you can't hide. I bet your life that we gon' find you. And remember what we do. I make Lil Brody to remind you. We don't want nobody shots. We standing over and taking fake. Shout out my mom, shout out my pop. They made a guy, la la la. Sing on the side, got your eye. You better not lag, cause I'm a pop. This spaghetti didn't go black flag. We gon' hawk you down. And it's still free Newski. That's my brother. I'm gon' hold it down. He was acting crazy. Now he forward. Ain't no copping that. It takes two to make the drill go right. Boom, boom. It takes two to get him out of sight. I got the Glock right now. Gotta get the job to his spot right now. They was with you in them vids, but when you died alone. I got a present in that mail, they got his head and brung it home. 40 knocking like a Drake, it brung his head back like a comb. It ain't hard to find me. Watch the law, yeah, they right behind us. Do the race off on them pussies. I get caught, it ain't no binding. Broski got so many souls, they think he run Illuminati.
Anthony Watson. Mr. Watson is wanted for the murder of 16-year-old Hayward Garrison.
24th and Burks, known as 2418, is a group of young boys who all went to school together along with the youngins from Diamond Street, and they used to all be real cool with Blumberg. They had a falling out around the end of 2019 over Loso from the Flags and Nolak from Diamond Street, allegedly over a girl. The back and forth included fistfights and social media disses between the two sides. 2 people were shot on the 1900 block of Venango Street shortly after 5 p.m. on Friday, December 20th, 2019. Isaiah Culpepper, or Nolak, was shot numerous times while sitting in the driver's seat of a silver Nissan Maxima. Somebody scooped up Nolak from the scene and took him to the hospital. Unfortunately, Nolak died that evening. A second victim, a 20-year-old, was shot while seated in the front passenger seat of the Nissan Maxima. Police rushed him to Temple University Hospital for immediate treatment. Isaiah Nolak Culpepper was 22 years old. Fallout from his death made the young boys from 2418 and Blumberg pick sides. Blumberg clicked up with 12th and Norris and 5 Up and made the Flags. Up until then, a lot of them, specifically Burke Street Man and Blumberg G's and Blumberg Ear, tried to keep the peace amongst themselves.
I'm on Mars. At this point, I'm talking about my day ain't spitting bars. Free my nigga 10, they got him locked behind them bars. GTA, I think we fell in love with still in car.
Niggas be soft like feather, yeah. They not blind, I'm fresh enough. Every 10 out of King, yeah, that's my dog, man. Black in the trench, still ducking the lobby, yeah.
Free low 10 when I heard I was snapping. This shit crazy, man, they caught my nigga lacking. He got time, he got caught with the ratchet.
Yeah, I already know what the fuck that is. Wild Monk, NFL, free 10. I already know what the fuck that is. Hey, 10, talk that shit, Ken.
Yeah, man, you know who talking right now, man. It's Lord 10, man. Free me, man. Big Brooks, I'll be on real soon, you heard? No cap.
Nolak was killed at the end of 2019, as I said earlier. By 2020, the fallout would continue after 40, a Black Flag member, was killed in August of 2020.
Pop the camera, pop your pop that shit. Pop that shit. Pop that shit. I mean, pop that shit. Don't talk that killer shit. You ain't living it no more. Bullshit. Don't talk that killer shit. Don't talk that shit. Don't talk that killer shit. I'm gonna walk up on you, put the test. Walk right up on you. Wayne Perry gonna walk up on y'all and put y'all to the test. Y'all know how we carry Black Flag, and there's you. Y'all know Big Flag with us too. Look, Big Flag.
It was over as far as any alliance between 2418 and Blumberg. Burke Street Man frequently was rumored to be trying to spin on a Blum, but ended up hitting and killing a civilian, allegedly, as retaliation for himself getting shot. I might not have the exact timeline right in terms of when they exactly fell out, but it was happening slowly between 2018 and 2020. The click-ups of zoo gangs with different blocks like Poundside and Omerta, and the Black Flags with Blumberg and 11th and 12th and Norris and 5 Up, and even some of the Richard Island young boys, meaning these two groups take up a lot of North Philly and have had that section of the city bear the brunt of this war. All the innocent victims and people that have had nothing to do with this beef as collateral damage. There are a couple videos on YouTube that go into more detail about this feud. Senseless and unnecessary violence is the hallmark of the lost children of Philadelphia. These kids and young men who lost their souls to the street know nothing but drills and get-backs, click-ups and diss songs to cover up all the PS and untreated mental illness that inevitably comes with this lifestyle. They drown their sorrow and pain and depression with ounces of lean and handfuls of pills and pounds of weed. 5 days after 40 was killed, Blumberg got a kid from Diamond Street who was rumored to be the one who actually pulled the trigger in 40's death. Lil Ranger was shot and killed right on his block of West Diamond Street on Sunday, August 23, 2020 at about 1:10 a.m. The shootings and killings between these two groups will go on and on for the next couple of years. Like I said, there are videos that document these events, but for the purposes of this video, and in light of recent events, we're going to focus on Blumberg G's story. G's was a big member of Blumberg and the Black Flags. He is rumored to have been on the Pound Top Pop drill where Pop was hit, but a 32-year-old woman, Tamika Woods, was killed on this drill.
A 7-person shootout caught on camera on Ingersoll Street Friday night in North Philadelphia ends with a 32-year-old woman, Tamika Woods, shot to death. Police say the 7 masked people armed with guns had a target in mind, but it was not Woods.
G's even comes at Pop and said he hid behind the lady.
We see a op, we walk him down, we ain't trying crazy. Yeah, he lucky he was scrambling, yeah, God must have saved him. He got the switch, he type that shit just like a baby. He tried to run behind a lady, niggas pussy, they be carrying 3.
A career on the streets has a short shelf life, and people like G's and Burke Street Man knew this. It's sad to say, but G's and Man lived for and loved to kill. They stood on business, as they would say, and were well respected not only by the guys, but the ops knew the deal as well. They were ruthless and relentless in their pursuit of the ops. Both Blumberg and Zoo Gang took a lot of losses in this beef, and they are all well documented, as I said earlier. The investigation into Lil Ranger's death went on for months until March of 2022, when detectives gathered enough evidence to issue a warrant for Jesus' arrest. On May 22nd, Burke Street Man released the infamous 6 Feeders diss song, recorded in Blumberg housing projects. In the song, he disses NSU Shido, Driz, Caliber, Chai Glizzy, Boulder, and many others. At least 10 dead people were dissed by my count, and YP Slumboy was thrown in there for good measure.
His life, she don't go to headshot. Dolphin tell me what it's like. Yeah, I heard Zebo try to run, they said his fat ass ain't get that far. But feet on land and Charles wouldn't turn Blumberg in the tracks bad. No sympathy, we knock your face off if we catch you waving flags. We throw force all in the air, smoke a op, then make a rap. Niggas fuck T-Boulder, they know we the reason for that pat. She don't drop back from the dead, they got zombies trying to rap.
Actually, this was a response to YP Slumboy's infamous but popular diss, 6 Feeders, in which he disses at least 6 dead Zoo members. But Man's song was obviously meant to one-up Slumboy, and he even brought dead people up that had nothing to do with the Flags versus Zoo. Man's video obviously put a huge target on his head, and an even bigger target than he already had, as he was one of Zoo Gang's top killers. 4 days after releasing 6 Feeders, Man was shot and killed on Erie Avenue getting out of an Uber. Being such a big score, Man was trolled and dissed relentlessly. What made it even worse was there were pictures of him laid out on the street floating around the internet.
What they asked for, bow, bow, bow. Go and check the last score. Stand over top and bow, that'll be his last 4. You want them sauces, so they took away his last 4. All that dissing shit. You put a skull on your flag, got your man flag, and switch flip, you did a handstand.
Why these niggas try and act hard like Man wasn't slumped next to that black car?
Yo. You're the first to troll, the first to get deleted.
Yo, he the emoji with the, he the emoji with that white shit wrapped around his head. You heard me? Fuck he a ghost. His head got on the train. Yo, he told me that nigga head got on the train though. His head told him you doing too much. His head told his body you doing too much out here. Let it rain on him. Send that boy to hell. They put that flame on him. Yo, don't be friends with Pound Shop.
This was a very big loss for 2418 in the zoo, and the city hasn't stopped talking about this incident since it happened. Earlier, I mentioned Man was trolled and dissed relentlessly. One of the main antagonizers was Blumberg G's. He made diss song after diss song, a lot of them detailing Man's demise.
Gave it 48 hours and then we hop out and start. How you talking all that crazy shit and then you end up dead? You ain't soldier, little nigga. You let them dickheads in your head. You was rapping on my brother, now you can't even see your kids. That shit be over when you hear that. So that shit be glitchy. These niggas dying, clicking up. Hey, bro, I swear these niggas bitch. I'm in the V, I'm with the guys. It's time to slide. We on a mission. Yeah, we giving niggas bunk beds. We catch a eye, but then we catch a number. I we know he did. He laying ass up. That nigga bait. Yeah, I know he saw. Before he ran, he did a double take. That nigga dead now. I told him don't diss somebody. Get it. He did a fit on my block. Told my flags to go and get it. Youngest ain't left him. He ain't help him. Yeah, he left that boy to die. He died before them bullets hit him. You can see it in his eyes. I can't believe he said my brother name. That nigga had to die. Caught him legging out that Uber stupid nigga. Now you fried. You was talking in them songs. They was with you in them vids, but when you died alone. I got a present in that mail. They got his head and brung it home. 40 knocking like a Drake. It brung his head back like a comb. Yeah, always with the man. Pussy nigga only made a song and say he going 10 for 10. Let that last nigga twitching on the floor. He tried to run back to the door, but it's time to go. We caught him with a whore.
G's, who was already on the run for Lil Ranger's death, had a big reputation on the streets of Philly. He was on the run for murder, but still very active for his side. He is rumored to have a few bodies under his belt, and the ops knew he was a problem. They never knew where he was, and he was always itching to up the score. For those that don't know, these type of people aren't your normal street bulls. The majority of gang violence is done by a small number of members. You'll notice a drop in shootings when certain people get locked up or killed. Jeezy and Man were some of the more notable faces of these type of individuals. That brings us to May 30th, 2023. YP Slumboy released a song called Intro on that day. In that song, he's dissing the Zoo, the Droppers, and anyone affiliated. He specifically mentions Lil Ranger, among other people.
I told him go and drop a dumb and we gon' put that belt to ass. I don't even count to 10. Fuck around and see a ghost. We done smoked so much range and now that nigga just a rope.
That's significant because the very next day, on May 31st, 2023, Blumberg G's, who's on the run for Ranger's death, along with two others, went to slide on Burke Street and tragedy struck for the flags. I haven't been able to confirm exactly what happened. The initial story that emerged was that G's was hit by friendly fire. The flags maintain that narrative. Zoo members say something else happened. What we do know is that Blumberg G's was shot once in the head on the 1800 block of North Woodstock Street just after 8:15 p.m. that night. A 26-year-old man was also shot in the foot. Police rushed G's to Temple University Hospital. He was originally listed in critical condition, but died about 4 hours later. Like Man, a picture of Jesus' dead body is floating around the internet. For obvious reasons, I can't include it in this video, but it's gruesome. Here's a op named withheld dissing G's like the same day or the very next day. It was quick, and the zoo had a field day with this, and they didn't even feel bad about it, especially considering the circumstances and the irony of the situation. Another incident happened at the hospital that same night.
Yeah, so this was definitely a chaotic mess for Philadelphia police to not only figure out, but also keep under control. The scene obviously has since cleared. The crime scene tape is gone, but the remnants of what happened outside of the ER are still here. You can see one of the examples of one of those bullets right here in the walk-in entrance of the emergency department. Now, I want to kind of pan this way to the left because this is where the entrance of where the ambulances come in. I want to kind of give you a point of reference here. But when you come down, that's one example of the bullets, and there's one that shattered the other side of that entrance as well. So definitely a mess for police. 3 people shot. Luckily, all of them in stable condition at this point. But I want to bring you to the scene to kind of give you a sense of how this whole thing unfolded. Now, all this happening just after midnight, about 12:30, when police got that initial call for 3 people shot. One, an 18-year-old, another 22 years old, and another 25 years old. Again, all stable, were able to walk right into the ER on their own. But luckily, again, police were close by. There typically is a lot of police presence near Temple University emergency room. So police did find over 40 spent shell casings. They did say that multiple parts of the ER were struck, including glass near the entrance of where folks actually go in for treatment. Chief Inspector Scott Small talking to us, saying that this was something that they did not expect to see given the large police presence, but also talking about the fact that this was a shooting that happened with multiple people riding in a car passing by.
We know this shooting took place in the 3400 block of Germantown Avenue, right outside, a few feet away from Temple Hospital's emergency room. We found over 40 spent shell casings in the 3400 block of Germantown Avenue. Also, Temple Hospital, the actual building, and the entranceway to the emergency room was struck multiple times by gunfire.
Now, the good thing here, taking a live look now, there were real-time cameras actually working right outside of the ER when this whole shooting happened. You see the remnants of those bullets there. Police still looking for the folks responsible. They've been looking for 3 people that were driving in a dark-colored sedan. No motive as of yet, but I can confirm the ER and the hospital are open.
Who is responsible for the Temple shooting is unknown at this time. I'm almost positive more info about the circumstances surrounding the death of Blumberg G's and the Temple Hospital shooting will come out eventually. And as soon as I find out, I'll be sure to make an updated video. Until then, be safe and don't forget to like and subscribe.